Say something? Hey everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Late Night Show with Pedro Abascal. How are you guys doing today? Today we're going to be joined by a member of one of the most influential families in Florence. We're going to be joined by Lorenzo de Medici. How are you doing tonight?
How am I doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, Pedro?
Great, thanks for asking. By the way, have you ever seen an episode of the Pedro Abascal Late Night TV show?
Nah, I haven't. Just kidding. Of course I have. That's why I agreed to be on the show. I love the show. I love you, Pedro.
I don't know if that's appropriate. You're a 40-year-old man and I'm a 16-year-old high school student. Whatever. Anyways, I did bring you onto the show to ask you some questions about your life.
Alright, let's go away.
Alright, so your family is known worldwide for being one of the most powerful families in all of Italy. What is it like being in such a prestigious family?
Well, being such a powerful family comes with perks, but also its responsibility. My grandfather, Cosimo de' Medici, definitely understood that responsibility, as he was the first member of our family to lead the Republic of Florence and run the Medici Bank simultaneously.
What is one action or accomplishment that you think would describe how much Florence means to you?
Yeah, for sure. Florence means a lot to me, especially after its citizens saved my life.
Really? I had no idea your life was ever in danger.
Yeah, that comes with a job, I guess. My brother unfortunately could not be saved that day, but I'm still forever grateful to my citizens for helping me save my life.
I'm sorry, but can you please explain a little bit about what happened that day?
Of course. Okay, before I explain, you have to know that there is another family who was influential in Florence, the Pazzi family. They may have not been as powerful and as influential as ours, but they were still up there.
Wow, it must have been difficult for them to stand by when you guys ruled.
That is exactly why they tried to change. Essentially, what happened was that they were in a league with Pope Sixtus. He didn't like me either, because I tried to stop the influence of the Pope in different regions of Italy.
It sure seems like you had a lot of enemies.
Yeah, and they all came together to try to kill me. The Pope, the Pazzi family, as well as the Archbishop Francisco Salviati, attempted to kill my brother and I at a cathedral during Easter. Unfortunately, my brother Giuliano was murdered that day.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Anyways, they tried killing me too, but I was able to hide, and one of my officials publicly killed the Archbishop. And if you think that's bad enough, the Pope didn't even apologize for his actions or the actions of the church. Instead, he called for my arrest. Luckily, even when threatened with being cut off from the church, my citizens didn't give me up.
This guy, I ought to show him.
Yeah, even worse, a neighboring city-state, Naples, was supporting the Pope, while all I had was the French king's support and minimal support from Milan.
Seems like you were really backed up. What could you possibly do?
Well, I did what any reasonable person would do. I went up to Ferdinand, who, by the way, is considered to be one of the most ruthless people to rule, and convinced him to call for peace. When he did, the Pope did too. And then the battle was over. I had survived, and I had won.
So, let's move on to a more comfortable topic. I don't think he wants to talk about death much more. What do you like to do in your free time?
I like to host big festivals, Pedro. Big festivals, Pedro, with all types of choral singing, including instruments. As a matter of fact, you should come by. Maybe you should drop a quick clarinet solo.
You know, I'd be honored, but I don't think a 16-year-old band student like me would possibly line up with the professionals you can hire.
Don't worry, Pedro. I'll pull a few strings.
Well, thank you, Lorenzo.
Yeah, no problem. You know how to dance, Pedro?
Nah, I never really picked it up.
Well, Pedro, at my festivals, there are plenty of madams who are more than willing to teach you how to dance. Maybe some of them like playing band. On another note, I like to dance.
Oh, really? You mind showing us a few moves?
Sure. Check it. Ready, Pedro?
Yeah. That's pretty.
Down.
Dude.
How was that, Pedro?
That was amazing.
Thank you.
On a different note, would you say you're part of this new hip movement, the humanist movement? What are your thoughts?
Well, from a very early age, I learned how to write. I fell in love with writing. I've been writing poems and sonnets ever since, mostly about love. And as I became older, I started getting more and more interested in the arts, including architecture, philosophy, and art. I've had the privilege of meeting and being a patron of many talented artists, such as Michelangelo, Botticelli. But a person who had a big influence in my taste of architecture would be Leon Battista Alberti, with whom I studied antiques in Rome in 1465, which is why I became a patron of Giuliano de Sangallo, who I believe is able to revive the glories of antiquity. So, in conclusion, yes, I would say that I am part of the humanist movement.
Well, thank you for that, Lorenzo.
Wait!
What?
I challenge you to a duel.
Okay.
Okay.
This is what you meant, right,
What are you
Lorenzo?
doing? Why are you standing up?
I thought. Oh, never mind. I thought he meant Clash Royale. You know.
I'll accept that as my win. I wouldn't want to fight you. My fine education as part of the Medici family ensures I wouldn't beat you. I wouldn't want to do that on your show. You ready, Pedro?
Yeah.
Duel?
No, after.
Right now!
Do we have to?
Yes.
Nice. Just do it.
I said, come record this.
This is stupid. You didn't hear me say that.
Just pick random cards. Just go.
You could have. All right, Lorenzo. Let's see how good you are.
All right,
at moving.
Pedro.
Wow, it's crazy.
Years and years of practice, Pedro.
I wish I can get to your level one day, Lorenzo.
You'll get there, Pedro.
Nice freeze. Thank you, Lorenzo. It means a lot coming from a master of dueling such as yourself.
Of course. That's a 3. What happened, Pedro?
Oh, it's Jason. I almost had you. Well, thank you anyways, Lorenzo, for coming to my show.
Of course. You almost had me, Pedro.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for coming to my show, Lorenzo.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
And thank you guys for watching tonight's episode of the Late Night Show with Pedro Abascal. I hope you guys tune in next time and have a good night. That's it.